Yo, what's up, everybody? I want to apologize. In the video, I'm going to refer to this week's chapter as 941 a lot, so please forgive me. I was a little bit off thinking that it was 941 instead of 940. Jumped ahead of myself. But please enjoy the video. Yo, what's good, PBC world? It's the boy KD coming at you again with another One Piece manga chapter review. Now, I know Wednesday, or rather Tuesday this week, I said that I would be working on the video to upload. I am working on it, okay? Please believe I'm working on it. I'm just having issues in terms of getting everything that I want for the video, because I'm doing it from my computer. As you see, I'm doing it from my phone right now. But the one on the computer, I want to have some sort of video for each entry, if you will, because I will be doing a top 12 video, and I will get that released as soon as I'm done. If I can't find everything, I'm going to scrap that one and I'm going to go on into another video. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this week's chapter, all right? Now, this is chapter 941, all right? And we open up with Bartolomeo. He had done made some candy figurines of the Straw Hats, but he put his barrier over because he don't want to sell any to the kids that's coming up asking for them. Okay, that's very fanboyish. You know, all right, I'm cool with it because we get to see Bartolomeo again. So I'm all right with that part. All right, now getting into the chapter. This week's chapter, I have to say, it wasn't really anything really significant going on. It was more so of one of those chapters where, all right, time to set up for the next, series of events that's going to happen. We open up with Nami and Usopp going over everything that happened in the last chapter between Law and Shinobu. Law has left. He stormed out. I'd imagine that he went to go save Beppo and Penguin and everybody because, I mean, it's his crew. Why wouldn't he go save them? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I believe that right there is what's going to be the setup for Kid being introduced back into everything. I believe Law is going to be the first one to encounter him. I'm not quite sure what that encounter is going to entail, whether they're actually going to be friends or foes, but it's going to definitely be interesting to see them interact with each other again because Kid has escaped. So, he escaped from prison first, so, it'll be nice to see where he's at. Well, actually, you know what? Probably not. He probably won't interact with him. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, it just dawned on me that he did just escape from prison recently, so he probably hasn't made it that far, because that means not only did he escape from prison, but he made it all the way to the Flower Capital when Big Mom, Chopper, and Okiku, they haven't even made it there yet. They haven't even made it to Udon yet. I mean, well, actually, they have made it to Udon in this chapter, but that's for later on. So yeah, so they going over what had happened, and then they start hearing some ruckus. And this old lady comes up and explains to her that 3 of the guys that tried to attack Komurasaki back when we first got introduced to her when she was walking down the street, it's Bingo, Bongo, and Bungo. They've been kicked out of the Flower Capital because of arsonists. They're arsonists. And what they was doing was they were setting people's houses on fire and then, making money by having these same people that need new houses built come to their wood shop and buy lumber from them. So, when you think about it, criminal mind, yeah, that's a pretty good way to make money. But at the same time, if they finally got caught up with it because they couldn't keep paying off all the officers and stuff of that nature, because you got to remember, all those people that was fawning over the Coruscant, they went broke because she played the hell out of them, okay? She played the hell out of them. But, so yeah, moving on from that, the big smiley face dude, I can't think of his name right now, even though they said his name loads of times in the chapter. I apologize. But he was talking with Kinemon, Kinemon, Brooke, was it Brooke? Yeah. He was talking to, Kinemon, Brooke, Frankie, and all them, saying that, you know, he didn't even realize that they was having, you know, a revolution going on. It's good that the Fliesman came out. He didn't know about the tattoos on the ankle, in which everything that he was bringing up was kind of suspicious to me. But then again, at the same time, I've been suspicious of the dude since he'd been introduced into the story. So it could just be that I just don't like people that are always smiling. Something's got to be wrong with them. But whatever. And once he leave out, Frankie asks, he's like, who is he? And nobody can remember who he is. Like, and you know, it's like, I know 20 years has been a long time, but for y'all, it's been a lot shorter. Y'all should be able to remember who he is. But Namon, like, I couldn't tell you who he is. But ultimately, he ended up coming out and, you know, greeting everybody, going around, giving them food and stuff of this nature. And the little old lady that was talking to Usopp and Nami earlier explains to them about this, that, Toko, the smiley little girl that, you know, was with Dakota-san, she is his daughter. So whenever she get paid, she sent her money back home to him. And he wouldn't feel right, or, you know, that was the lady said, that he wouldn't feel right if he was to keep the money for himself. He actually has to, you know, do something for the village, because the village is in such a poor state, in which everybody look at him as their smiling Buddha. So, okay. So maybe he actually will get some shine and actually end up doing something good. Like I said, maybe my suspicions is just the fact that he's always smiling, and people that are always smiling don't touch me right. But anyway, moving on from that. So we cut over to the prison where Luffy and the boss are still whooping people down, okay, using this opportunity as training. The boss is explaining to Luffy, no, you have to let it flow through you. Don't just put it on your hand. You have to let it flow, and it'll flow into your hand. I guess kind of the way that they was explaining how to, you know, do key attacks and all this stuff in Dragon Ball Z. If you remember when Gohan was trying to teach Videl, you know, you got to let the energy flow through you. In which, okay, but Luffy's still not getting it. He's punching everybody. So hopefully, you know, he'll get it eventually. But what ended up happening is they done took out so many people. Queen's like, well, you done whooped everybody's ass, so ain't no point in me even, you know, letting this go on any further. We'll continue tomorrow. You know, no punishment, you know, no lopping off a head, no none of that. They just in the ring, laying down, talking to each other. And then Razo show up with Caribou. He been hiding in Caribou the entire time. Which, you know, I'm okay. You know, ninjas hide. That's what they do. And that's one of the best places to hide. Even Razo said, you know, he has a wonderful magical power, because, you know, in Wano, they don't know what devil fruits are. They consider it magical power. And Caribou, you know, he's tell Luffy, you know, look, listen, I'm legit on y'all side. Just please take me with you. I will become a member of your crew and all that stuff there. Now, I don't want Caribou to be a member of the Straw Hats, but he can definitely be a part of the alliance, because you have to know that he is strong. So I imagine that he can get not gang, but team up with somebody that's in the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and sail with them. And he'd be nice to have, because, you know, he's funny. He's funny and he's cowardly, but he actually is strong. He just doesn't have hockey, I believe. But who knows? Maybe within this tanglement of what Luffy got going on, maybe he might learn some kind of basic of hockey. You know, at least some armament hockey. You know, enough to protect himself, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so what ended up happening here? They ended up discussing, saying that the best course of action right now, instead of just, you know, worrying about grabbing Luffy, because, you know, all of the stuff that's going on in the flower capital, how everybody's being called and all of that stuff there, to break all the prisoners out. And the first thing that came to mind was Impel Down. We all know how wrong Impel Down went. Now, I don't think this is going to be similar to Impel Down as in going as wrong, because here's the one little thing about this. Like I said earlier, Big Mom and Chopper are on the way, okay? Lin Lin is on the way. And actually, at the end of the chapter, it actually says that. I mean, they didn't really have no conversation. Big Mom just kept saying that she's sleepy and hungry. She's sleepy and hungry. And Chopper was like, I wonder if this is even worth it. That's the only thing that really happened when we showed their panel. But other than that, nothing. So, yeah, but they're there. They're actually in Udon. They're just not at the prison yet. So, it's nighttime, okay? Now, they're going to continue the matchup tomorrow, or, depending on how actually late it is, they're going to continue the match in the morning, I would imagine, okay? Because I don't think they actually fed Luffy and the old boss of the Yakuza. I think he's just letting them rest, but, Luffy's a G, he would power do. Now, if anything, that would be the catalyst to, Luffy getting bagged in the corner by Queen, and then Big Mom showing up and taking out Queen. In which, in all honesty, the only thing that I can see happening is Luffy being extremely upset, extremely on guard, ready to take her out, and Chopper just simply says, no, she's with us now. So, because I don't see that really being a really big issue when they finally become face to face, because that's one of the closing remarks of the chapter was, not from the characters, but from, I guess, the narrator, what's going to happen when they finally meet. I don't think anything's going to happen just because of who Luffy is. Chopper being one of the crew members that's actually smart enough to realize that if I come to Luffy with this situation and not explain as quickly as possible, this can go very bad. So, yeah, I'd imagine that it's probably going to be a funny interaction more so than it would be a serious interaction. But, like I said, this chapter, it was more for informational setup. Not long distant future events, but just one arc future events is what was set up. So yeah, I gotta give this one, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. And the reason I'm giving it a 3 out of 5, because honestly and truthfully, I wanted to give it a 2.5 out of 5. But I chose against it for the simple fact that, we get these chapters from time to time in which there's nothing wrong. It actually gives our heart time to, calm down from all the hype that be going on normally. So, it's okay. So 3 out of 5. But yeah, so, let me know your thoughts and everything about this week's chapter. What is your theory for what's going to happen next week? What is your theories for what's going to happen moving forward? Just let me know. Let down in the comment section below. Remember, be you, go hard. It's your boy KD. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.